In this video, I'm going to show you how to smoke pork ribs, and I'll also show you how to make a cherry apple glaze to go with them. Now we're going to be using our kettle style barbecue running the snake method. So we'll start by opening our lid and taking our cooking grate off. And to get the snake method started, I just want to lay down some briquettes in a domino fashion. I'm going to start with a row of 2 down the bottom, and I just want to work that around the outside of our charcoal grate. Now this isn't going to be a very long cook, so I'm just going to build our snake halfway around our charcoal grate. If I was smoking something like a brisket or beef ribs, then I'd go most of the way around. And now our bottom row of briquettes are done. I'm just going to build that again on top. If you're using larger briquettes, then you can just go a single row through the middle, but these ones are quite small, so I like to just go another 2 on top. Then once your snake's built, you want to go ahead and get 12 to 15 briquettes going, and we'll use those to start our snake. So while our briquettes are catching light, we're going to prepare our pork ribs. I've got a beautiful rack of baby back pork ribs, and all I'm going to do on the top here is just remove any excess fat. But I'm just going to square up that thin end bone. And now these are looking good. We're going to remove that bottom membrane. So what I like to do is just get a butter knife, go underneath the 4th or 5th bone in, get your butter knife up against the bone, give it a wiggle around, then get your thumb or your finger under there, go all the way through to the other side, and then you should be able to peel it off all in one go if you're lucky. And now I'm going to get these seasoned up. So I'm just going to go down with a base coat of yellow mustard to help our rub stick to the meat. And then you want to get them seasoned up in your favourite rub or combination of rubs. I'm just using some of our steak shooter spicy. Now the glaze we're going to be making is quite sweet, so that's why I'm using steak shooter spicy, as it's quite savoury. And as you can see, it's going to give us a really nice red colour as well. And now our briquettes are ready. We're going to dump them in at the start of our snake. The way our briquettes are falling, make sure those lit briquettes are piled up nicely at the start of the snake. Then I'll lay a chunk of smoking wood a little bit up from the start of our snake. Then I'll lay another one down in the middle of our charcoal grate to preheat, so when we get that on, it'll burn nice, clean and efficiently. Then we'll shut our lid, open up both of our vents, and we'll start bringing this barbecue up to temperature. For this cook, I want to be at around 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius. So once we get up to around 225 Fahrenheit or around 110 Celsius, I'll start shutting our bottom vent down to stabilize our temperature. All right, now our temperature's sitting nice and stable. We'll get our smoking wood straight on where the snake's burning. Then we'll get our cooking grate back on, followed by our beautiful rack of pork ribs. Then we'll shut our lid and let them smoke away. So for the first 90 minutes to 2 hours of this cook, all I really need to worry about is some fire management. Now there is quite a bit to learn about fire management in a kettle style barbecue. There's also quite a bit to learn about the snake method. Now I've done a few videos in the past on those topics, so what I'll do is I'll put a couple of video links down in this video description for you to check out. One's on fire management in a kettle style barbecue and the other's on the snake method, so definitely check those out. But in short, I'm just going to let these pork ribs go until they develop a really nice colour and that rub has set on the meat, and I'll be controlling my temperature through the bottom vent. So if I need to increase temperature, then I'll open it up a bit. If I need to decrease, then I'll shut it down. But for now, we'll let these pork ribs smoke away and we'll check back in once we're a bit further into this cook. So our pork ribs have been going for 2 hours now. These are looking amazing, got a really nice color, and that rub is set on the meat. So I'm going to get these out, and on top of some butter, brown sugar and honey in 2 layers of foil. Then on the underside, I'll put some more butter, brown sugar and more honey. Then we'll wrap our pork ribs up nice and tight, and then we'll get our pork ribs back in the smoker, meat side down, and we'll check on those for probe tenderness after around an hour. And now our pork ribs are all wrapped up and back in the smoker, we're going to get started on our glaze. So in a blender, we want to combine half a cup of pitted cherries, a 1/4 cup of apple juice, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and half a cup of your favorite barbecue sauce. I'm just going to use some of our hook shot. Then you want to blend all of that up until it's smooth. Then you want to transfer that mixture into a pot, get it on high heat, bring it up to a boil, then reduce the heat to low and simmer it for around 20 to 30 minutes until that glaze has got the right consistency. And make sure you're stirring it often throughout that whole process. Then once your glaze is ready, have a taste, adjust it to your liking, and then you can put it aside until it's ready to be used on the pork ribs. And after a bit over an hour wrapped up, we're going to check our pork ribs for probe tenderness. So we're just going to unwrap the foil and probe in between each bone. Ideally, I want to be at around 96 Celsius or 205 Fahrenheit internally. Now these are actually feeling really good, so what I'm going to do is take them out of the foil, flip them back meat side up and put them on the cooking grate. Then we'll shut our lid for 5 minutes just to dry out the top of our pork ribs a little bit so our glaze will stick a bit better. And now we can go ahead and give our pork ribs a nice coating in our homemade glaze. And then we'll shut our lid for 5 to 10 minutes just to let that sauce set. Now these look and smell amazing, but I'm just going to give them one last coat, and then I'll give them 5 more minutes for that sauce to set, and then these are done. that looks absolutely incredible. Nice smoke ring, very juicy. I can just feel that wants to fall apart. Let's have a taste. Perfectly tender. It doesn't fall off the bone, but it bites away with ease. And that glaze, you've definitely got to try it. So there you have it. There's how to smoke pork ribs and make a homemade cherry apple glaze. I'll put the recipe and everything you need to know down in the video description. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next videos. But for now, that's the end. So thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.